In today's video, we will look at the 10 oldest powerful weapons that the United States is still actively using. The military might of the United States of America is reflected in its impressive weapon systems. In this list, we have compiled 10 of the most iconic and powerful weapons that have been an indispensable part of the American military for decades and are still actively used in the field. Let's get to know these legendary weapons. 10th place, M14. It was the last standard-issue rifle before it was replaced by more modern assault rifles, starting with the M16 in 1964. The semi-automatic M14 replaced the M1 Garand, a vital standard-issue rifle of World War II and the Korean War. Firing NATO 7.62mm rounds, the M14 is a more powerful and accurate rifle than modern assault rifles. But the modern rifles are lighter and can spread bursts of fire over a wider range more rapidly than the M14. The M14 rifle has long been retired as a service or basic training weapon. While not used in combat, it is still used as a ceremonial gun of the U.S. Tomb Guard. 9th place, Mark 19. The Mark 19 bomb launcher is an amazing weapon that can fire 60 rounds of 40mm high-explosive bombs at a rate of 40 revolutions per minute and can even penetrate 50mm of armor. It's a powerful and versatile weapon that can be mounted on different platforms. It can be mounted on a heavy vehicle or tripod and is so powerful that it can be used at distances of up to 75 meters from the target. 8th place, M72 Law. During World War II, the Germans were the first to introduce the bazooka into combat. By the Vietnam War, the United States had developed an effective shoulder-fired lightweight anti-tank weapon, or LAW. The M72 series of disposable single-shot rocket launchers can fire different kinds of ordnance used against tanks and other mobile land vehicles. The weapon has a dangerous backblast of at least 45 feet from the open back end of the firing tube. 7th place, M224. The M224 lightweight company mortar system is a modern evolution of the earlier M2 and M19 mortars that served the U.S. military during World War II. Designed to be lighter and more efficient, the M224 can fire 60mm mortars at targets up to 3,500 meters away, nearly doubling the range of its predecessors. Weighing only 37.5 pounds, this mortar system is easier for soldiers to carry and deploy, making it a reliable tool for infantry units. Its capability to fire all types of older ammunition ensures compatibility and flexibility on the battlefield. With a crew of 3, the M224 can maintain a sustained rate of 20 rounds per minute, offering crucial support in various combat scenarios by delivering accurate indirect fire against enemy positions. 6th place, M60. The M60 general-purpose machine gun, weighing just 23 pounds, became one of the most iconic weapons of the U.S. military, particularly during the Vietnam War. Nicknamed the Pig due to its distinctive sound and heavy ammo load, the M60 was capable of providing a sustained rate of fire of around 100 rounds per minute. This impressive rate of fire made it extremely effective for laying down suppressive fire, but it also meant that the barrel had to be swapped out every 10 minutes during intense combat to prevent overheating. Despite its relatively heavy weight, the M60 could be operated by a single, strong soldier, though typically it was handled by a crew of 3 who would help with transportation, setup, and reloading. Though the M60 has been phased out of active service in the U.S. Army, its legacy continues as it remains in use by other military forces around the world. 5th place, M1911. The M1911 is a semi-automatic weapon that is considered one of the best examples of John Browning's design genius and has long been the standard pistol of the American Army. This is the one that officially entered service in 1911 .45 caliber pistol, especially the First World War, the Second World War. It has been indispensable for American soldiers during World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Thanks to its strong stopping power, reliability, and easy operation, the M1911 has managed to be on the side of soldiers even in the harsh conditions of war. Although it was replaced by the Beretta M9 in the 1980s, modernized versions of the M1911 are still in use. In particular, the U.S. Marine Corps Special Operations Units use the modern version of this pistol, called the M45. With its durability, convenient design, and high performance, the M1911 is one of the rare weapons that can find a place in the field even today, despite the fact that more than 100 years have passed. Fourth place, M2 Browning. The M2 Browning, affectionately known as Ma Deuce, is a legend in the world of heavy machine guns. Introduced over a century ago, this recoil-operated, air-cooled weapon has been a staple of U.S. military firepower since World War I. Its ability to deliver rapid, powerful shots over long distances was a game-changer on the battlefield, particularly against infantry and light vehicles. Capable of firing up to 800 rounds per minute, the M2 Browning can hit targets accurately up to 2,000 meters away, with a maximum range extending to 6,800 meters. Its rugged design and lethal effectiveness have allowed it to remain in active service, and it continues to see use on a wide range of platforms, from ground vehicles to naval ships and even aircraft. Third place, BGM-71 Tau. The BGM-71 Tau is one of the most widely recognized anti-tank missile systems in the world, and it's also one of the 2 missiles on this list that have stood the test of time. Originally developed in the 1950s, this wire-guided missile can be manually carried by soldiers or mounted on various vehicles, giving it great flexibility on the battlefield. The system uses thin, unspooling wires to guide the missile to its target, providing high accuracy over long distances. With a range of over 4,000 meters, the BGM-71 TOW has been a reliable choice for U.S. forces for decades, proving its effectiveness against both armored vehicles and fortified positions. This versatility and ease of use make it a crucial asset in modern warfare. Second place, M197 Vulcan. The electric 3-barrel M197 is the newer of the 3 rotary Gatling guns on this list. It was developed primarily to arm U.S. Army gunboat helicopters with a better weapon than the ones used during the Vietnam War, which fired smaller 7.62mm NATO cartridges. The M197 Vulcan is typically mounted on the nose of modern attack helicopters, fed by a 700-round, chain-linked magazine of large 20mm rounds. Typically, the gun is fired in bursts of 30 to 50 rounds. Modern versions replace the chain-linked magazine with a chainless system that is less prone to jamming. First place, M61 Vulcan. The 20mm rotary cannon has been an effective weapon for over 75 years. The modern version can fire about 6,000 rounds per minute, with each barrel firing 1 in 6 rounds. This reduces wear and heat buildup. The M61 is mounted on fighter aircraft like the F-16 and F-22 Raptor. It is smaller than the massive 30mm GAU-9A rotary cannon mounted on the nose of the A-10 Thunderbolt II. These iconic weapons of the American Army have turned into legends with their performance on the battlefields. These weapons, which continue to be used from the past to the present, manage to maintain their deep-rooted legacy even though they are renewed with technological developments. Which weapon in this list is your favorite? Don't forget to share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be informed about our new videos. See you in the next video.